Well, those were just a couple of Belle's new campaign spots highlighting the importance of connection in our lives. It's essential, of course, to the human experience. So we are wired to be social beings, and I firmly believe that we needed to thrive mentally and physically.
Yeah, and as Belle's campaign says, connection is everything, and that's certainly true for us here at The Social. Every day, we get the privilege of connecting with you, our viewers, insightful guests, and each other. So I'm curious, how have you been affected by the connections that you've made through the show, Cynthia?
Oh my gosh, there's so many ways in which I've been affected. I think what comes to mind is that a couple of years ago, I was going through a really hard time, and I was really questioning, you know, sort of my role in this show in particular, and if my voice really mattered anymore. And so I was talking about this with my therapist, and she said, I wonder if you can try to picture one viewer that you can connect with in this feeling of disconnection. Yeah. And she's like, you know, make up an imaginary person. I was like, I don't have to make up an imaginary person. I know a person. Yeah. So this has been a viewer for a long time who'd reached out on social media and had always said to me, I really love what you say. I identify. I really resonate a lot of times with your opinions. And so that stayed in my mind, and I've actually since then, I'm going to get emotional, shared this with her, that she is the person that I often think of when I'm talking about things, that I'm trying to connect with her. So it has meant the world to me to connect with her.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
For me, I think before I started the show, I was like, you know, I worked in television for a long time, so I was so concerned about, like, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? As a Black woman, do I have to, you know, do all of these things? And then something happened that I did not see coming, which is this wonderful connection with the audience when I'm out in regular life, not here in the studio, that have brought me to tears on several occasions where people have shared stories of like, you guys are the best friends in my head, or I was going through chemo and you guys got me through that, or I lost my job and I was so distressed and so depressed, but I watched you guys every single day. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So while I was just in my own head thinking about myself and how am I going to perform, I forgot that there's this wonderful connection that we're making with people every single day. So that's been the best part of this entire journey.
Yeah.
Best part.
True. It's true. Yeah. I think for me, I agree. It's just so beautiful hearing all these stories because that's been our story here on The Social. There's also connections that we make working on the show. And if you go back to episode 1, day 1, season 1 of The Social, there was a stylist by the name of Erica Wark who had joined us that very first episode. Guys, this was 13 years ago! Wow. Look at baby Mel and baby Lainey and baby Erica. But who knew that all these years later, Erica is one of my closest friends in my life. And we met that first day ever on the show. And we've just been through so many things. We went from not being parents to being parents and all of these amazing life milestones. And also, when you talk about viewers, we have a crew. I don't know what to call them. I call them maybe the VIP socialites. And they are viewers that were with us since day 1 of the show. They were with us when Twitter was a thing. Yeah. And, you know, and they've been our super fans, both online, and then it's crossed over. They come to the studio all the time. They have become friends. So shout out to people like Denise and Deb and Franco and Liz and Walter and Robin. Like there's so many. I'm gonna forget some, but you know who you are.
Yeah, very, very special. Who you are. And I've definitely learned the importance of listening by being on the show. And that too much talking and not enough listening can lead to miscommunication issues. So what have you learned or changed your mind through connections that were formed on this show? Mel, I'll start with you.
Oh, the biggest one was going from not being a parent to being a parent. I had a lot of opinions about parenting.
All the answers, right?
Before I had one, and then I was like, whoa, what the heck was I saying? I should have kept my mouth shut. I think that's one of the biggest ones as well. Another connection is, again, great guests on the show that become friends. Dr. Sheila Wijayasinghe is a family physician, menopause expert. She's here all the time. She's been with us also for so many years, and I didn't know that she would become a portal for me personally, that I became an accidental women's health advocate, especially in the world of menopause. I've started a podcast. I do a lot of work in this space. Dr. Sheila is always the first person I call when I have a question. She's been my North Star on my journey. And so a big shout out to you, Dr. Sheila. She's doing amazing things.
Love her.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, Cyn, is there a guest that has really changed your mind about something?
I mean, you know who comes to mind is, and I think this was true for all of us, Marie Hennon, who is a criminal defense lawyer, or was a criminal defense lawyer at the time, and she sort of became very well known because she was part of this Jian Ghomeshi case. She was defending him. And before meeting her, I had kind of some thoughts in my mind about what somebody would be like who was defending somebody with these kinds of accusations. But in the end, meeting her, it was just she's so lovely, and she was so candid and vulnerable. And I think I realized it was the system that I was really angry with, not with this person who was just doing their job. So it was a real eye-opening moment for me about questioning your initial thoughts. But on a lighter note, another moment that comes to mind is when I met Miss Piggy, because I thought Miss Piggy, when she was on the show, I thought the whole time I'm going to be so aware that she's a puppet, right? She's a puppet. The puppeteer was right underneath, but I totally got lost. In my mind, she was completely alive. I was so enchanted. I was like starstruck.
You're kissing her.
Never, ever
You're
forget
kissing
them.
a
I
puppet.
kissed the puppet. Yep, totally real. She's real, guys. Real.
Totally, yes.
Of course.
Didn't know you'd go there, Cyn, but we love it. It has been great connecting this way with all of you, and I hope that you enjoyed that as well. Remember, we always want to hear from you as well, so reach out to us on social media at The Social CTV. Also share what's on your mind. We know life is not always easy these days, but it is always better, I think, when we take time to connect and look out for one another. You know what I mean? Let's do that more. Let's do that more.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.